I really do agree, and so streets.
The constituents in to the chamber and to address this.
Thank you, Councillor Champion. Taking the next question.
Hello, councillors. Thanks for letting finally your constituents in to the chamber and to address this farcical community dividing people-friendly streets scheme that you all seem to pat each other on the back about. You've spent the good part of a COVID pandemic destroying local communities, dividing them. You have ignored the very most vulnerable, disadvantaged members of your community and your voters, and you are a Labour council. Labour, you are not Labour, because there are card-carrying Labour members out there who've torn their cards up because of the way this council has treated their constituents. You don't reply to emails. Rowena, you've been told multiple times. We showed you pictures when we had the streets consultation for St Peter's about the dumped leaflets for the consultation. You then stood in this chamber and said you delivered 10,000 leaflets to people. That was a downright lie, because we showed you the evidence. So the people in that block of flats on Essex Road were disenfranchised. There's people here who don't even know about what Andrew had said about the meeting. The idea is that this people-friendly street scheme is delivered by the London Cycling Campaign at the behest of them by you. We have documents where you have got council officers engaging with Cycle Islington and saying, let's do a crayon exercise and draw these LTNs. Not once have you met anyone against this. Not once. And this so-called experiment is not an experiment. Experiment is when you do different things. This is just one thing that you're going to do. Shut every road in the borough, force it all onto main roads, so whoever lives on that main road, tough. You can breathe that air in. Tough. And just going back to them cycles, them cargo cycles, that death trap on wheels. But that's also tied in with Islington Cycles, Pedal Me. It's all run by the same group. You're all in cahoots, you're all pals, you all know each other, and you all pat each other on the back. There is no effective opposition in this council, and it's time that I'm glad people are in this chamber, I'm glad people are up there, I'm glad people are in here, because now you need to look at your voters in the face and realise May's coming, and you may not be sitting pretty in your jobs as it stands. Okay? Thank you very much.
Jody, you know that most of what you said is completely untrue and unfair. I have spoken to probably most people in this room on a number of occasions. As you know, as part of People-Friendly Streets in St Peter's, we have been standing on street corners. You know I have spoken to you on a number of occasions. I have spoken to many residents. We door knock. You know, we went out in St Peter's during the elections. We went out in Highbury West during the elections. We have spoken to many, many people and many, many of our voters. And you know that we are doing what many, many councils have been told to do and are doing. And they're doing it simply because the old way of allowing increasing amounts of traffic through our borough was helping absolutely no one. Traffic, particularly through local streets, which are narrow and which are absolutely not designed to take the increase in vehicles that they are now taking, are causing considerable public health and other damage to people. Air pollution. The amounts of traffic cause air pollution. Road danger. During lockdown, when we had considerable less traffic on the roads, we had about 80 people were killed or seriously injured. Between 2017 and 2019, the average was 126. Too much traffic kills. Too much traffic causes tremendous damage to people. Now, I am very sorry, because I know there are some people in this room and outside who have been severely inconvenienced to a great extent by what we have done. But over the past 10, 15 years, the amount of traffic that's going through our streets has a massive impact on other people, including those people who are the most vulnerable.
Say one thing quickly, because other people need to speak. Yes, thank you, Chair. I'm just going to say one thing, just to answer back to Rowena. Rowena, yes, you have spoken to some of us because, you know, we made lots of noise about it. But the simple fact of the matter is, you're telling me it's the government's doing it. No. The government gave you some money to socially distance close some roads, which was what St Peter's was. Socially distance is out the window, the roads are still closed. I'm going to say this. You haven't listened to anybody, and you haven't inconvenienced people. You haven't inconvenienced people. You've ruined a lot of people's lives. You've ruined their lives, okay?
And businesses.
And businesses. And thank you very much. I'm going to hand it over to someone else now. Thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to ask a question?